the pranks are quite a good thing. Like even with the Chaudhry character, like me and Hugo used to call up like QVC and like brothels and stuff like that, and just do the Chaudhry voice kind of.
That's where Chaudhry came from.
Yeah, and just being like, what lovely ladies have you got for Chaudhry G? They'd like run through all the list of all the ladies, and it was quite dark.
Nice.
And Xbox as well. We used to, yeah.
Hello, welcome, good evening. First of all, that was brilliant, and we should probably introduce everyone here. My name is Holly. I was going to say your host and compere, but that's not this sort of gig. I'm the, what's the word? MC?
MC, yeah.
I'm the MC, but not in a underground garage way. Then we've got Jack, who is the director, John, who's the producer, Ash, who's the exec, and then we've got the four boys. We've got Steve, Hugo, Sipo, and Asim. So massive round of applause for our panel. So I'm going to assume that most people in the room have seen. Just give me a cheer if you've seen the show. Okay, so we can go into a lot of geeky detail. That's excellent. But let's start off just with a sort of very boring Desert Island Disc Styles introduction. How did you meet each other? How did the People Just Do Nothing crew find each other?
So these two went to school together.
Yeah, I used to live next door to Steve, basically.
Yeah, and then I met Hugo through just smoking weed and making music, really. And
Same with Asim as well.
Hugo's a bad influence, basically. And
So your first tip of the evening is smoke weed with other successful people.
Yeah,
well, we weren't successful then.
Nah. We were waste mans.
Yeah.
How old were you when you met?
We were about 19, or no, like 21, 22.
I met Asim when I was 19, I think.
Yeah.
About 10 years ago now,
think
apart from
before
these two,
that.
obviously.
I think I was in college, we were in college, so maybe 17, 18, something like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, people who smoke a lot of weed don't usually get around to making BAFTA-winning shows. So what happened? How did you...
It took ages.
Yeah.
We made 5 webisodes in a cool 4 years.
It was 2 years, but that's still
But
very long time.
who came up with the idea? Like, you were all sitting around talking about stuff. Who came up with the idea of we should film this and put this on YouTube? What was the genesis of that side of it?
Me and Hugo had these two characters that we just used to do the voice of, and we used to do pirate radio back in the day, so that was something that we'd kind of been through. And then I met Steve by going along with Hugo to meet his friend who was travelling in Thailand, who was Steve. And then we started just, we had obviously a lot of time together, and we started chatting about these characters and stuff. And, he said, why don't we sort of try and do something, I guess. That was about it.
Yeah, I wanted to be a writer, so I was kind of trying to think of projects that we could sort of develop and stuff like that. So when I met these lot, it was like the right time for, that to happen, basically. And we just started filming stuff. And Asim had a camera, so...
I did feel I met Hugo doing, because I used to be the battle rap champion at my college. Still got the trophy.
Yeah,
and,
you've never mentioned that before.
Yeah, I don't really mention it. Humble. But then I met Hugo was like the producer, I met him, and then, we were doing that. But I'd studied film and broadcast production, so I wanted to go into that line, like kind of behind the camera and doing writing as well. And then these boys had this idea, and then I bought a Canon 5D at the time, and everyone thought it was like a photography camera, because it was like it just came out. So everyone was like, what the fuck's that? So we just started filming, and it was,
Right, does that do video as well?
Yeah, it was like, what are you lot doing?
But you put it on your shoulder.
So Sipo and Hugo, were you making genuine, music at this time?
Well, the whole thing, what you were talking about, smoking weed, we tried to make music. We made a few, shit rap songs. But
But did you have aspirations at that point?
Yeah, that's what we wanted to do, basically.
Right. Quite serious.
But thinking back at it, we used to. It was kind of when camera phones first came out, and we used to film each other. Me and Hugo used to film each other, just doing mad characters, but not for anything, just so we could watch it back instantly and laugh at it and not do anything with it.
Really
so that's kind of, I guess, we were always.
And prank calls as well.
Prank calls is a big
Steve
thing.
And Sipa.
Yeah.
Also,
phenomenal prank callers.
Also, in the MySpace days, me and Hugo had a fake garage crew called Blazing Unit,
Still there as well. Yeah.
We used to make.
Check it out.
He used to make the tunes, and then we'd MC over it. So that was a very early embryonic.
Yeah, we kind of
version
all had early versions of doing something like this. We just didn't know it at the time, I guess.
The pranks are quite a good thing. Like even with the Chaudhry character, like me and Hugo used to call up like QVC and like brothers and stuff like that, and just do the Chaudhry voice kind of.
That's where Chaudhry came from.
Yeah, and just being like, what lovely ladies have you got for Chaudhry G? They'd like run through all the list of all the ladies, and it was quite dark.
Nice.
And Xbox as well. We used to, yeah. So
and also, it wasn't till episodes. So Chaudhry was literally the cameraman and the editor, and it wasn't till webisode 3 where he came in as an actor as Chaudhry G because of his character that he had. Because I felt the same actually when I started, because we rapped. We were, you know, like it was kind of like, I don't know, people are not going to take us serious if we do this shit, and so he sort of didn't want to do it at first.
Yeah, you're making yourself vulnerable, and you know that you're going to look like a complete twat to the whole world. So
Which we are. So
we are twats. So it's cool.
Well,
Just trying to hide it for a long time.
Just trying to hide it as well as we could. Yeah.
Shall we have a look at the very first manifestations? We've got a clip of the YouTube stuff that you guys made.
Oh shit.
Sure.
Corrupt FM, love it all, slump it basically. Yeah, we've got me, MC Sniper, yeah, Owner. Selassie, Selassie, get us off the right, yo!
Beats, strictly about the music, managing director, Corrupt FM in it, the rest are irrelevant.
Oh, we got Stacey from Southend, I see ya.
Like, Sniper is angry, but it's not anger, like, it's just that he cares, like, he's passionate about his music and his friends and like, and me, like.
Wait, wind barrier.
And like when he's with like the other boys, like he can be harsh to me, but like he don't mean it. Like when it's just the two of us, it's like romantic sometimes. Like he does really nice things to me, like I don't know, like makes me toast like once.
My little angel there, do you know what I mean? Like not Misha, but like the little one, Angel, do you know what I mean? Like and obviously I know what you lot are thinking and that. She's a bit dark, but like my uncle's nan on my mother's side from Cyprus, like, so do you know what I mean? Obviously it comes through and that, like, and I like it, do you know what I mean? I like it like that, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's better to be like that than to be, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's good to be like a little tan, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Oh, Decoy's got nice colouring, I thought.
Yeah.
I've always thought that about you, Decoy. Nice colouring.
Thanks, man.
Right, my name's Chaudhry G, entrepreneur. People come to me when they want stuff, when they want people dealt with. I'm landlord, I'm community officer, agony aunt, agony uncle, brother, friend, lover. Whatever you want, you come to Chaudhry G, you know what I mean? So this is how we do, and also very reasonable and competitive contract from T-Mobile. Back in Pakistan, in Lahore, where I'm originally from, it's kind of like jungle jiu-jitsu. And we basically say you don't have to punch a man, you grab him by the throat, you make him tap out, he submits. It's no fingerprints, no blood. You know, he wakes up, oh fuck, Chaudhry G, I'm not fucking with him again. It's cleaner.
So Steve, you were saying that this is your first sort of forays into writing. How much of that was kind of improvised, and how much of that did you, like Misha's character and stuff?
Most of that was improvised, to be honest. It was kind of planned. We'd meet up to plan it out and have a sort of structure almost of like, so we'd know that we were going to be at Misha's house and talk to her, and there'd be a scene with the kid. But we'd sort of figure it out mostly on the day. And
yeah, and the way it was planned would be in a talking head in the previous episode. I mentioned I've got a girlfriend, so then we're like, oh, we need to find a girl, and that was Steve. That Misha was Steve's girlfriend at the time, like Steve in real life's girlfriend at the time. That was pretty much the only girl we knew. I think. And she happens to be an amazing actress.
And the kid in that is like my goddaughter, so. Yeah, it was just everyone involved was just like mates, and all the locations were just people's houses. We didn't spend any money on any of it.
Decoy was the driver because he was one of the people we knew that could drive.
And we worked in a call centre with Dan. Decoy.
Yeah, we met Decoy in a call centre. We all worked in a call centre together, apart from Steve. At one point, just throwing it out there.
We all got fired from there, one by one.
Yeah, doing accents and pranking people.
So how did that, I mean, the sort of next step in the process, how did Ash and John, how did you come to find these guys?
We came to it different ways. I used to run a comedy film night thing with you, and and so you know this story. So yeah, I used to run a comedy film night, and Asim, although you don't remember this, Asim sent it as he used to have a YouTube channel called Wasteman.
I had the YouTube channel was Wasteman Productions, and I used to just spam people with the, so just send it out as like whoever subscribed to our channel just send it out, emails and everything. So John read that.
Yeah, so we got. So I watched a couple and it was too long. We had like a 3-minute time limit on our night.
Did you get loads of hip hop videos as well, or was it just?
Yeah, but yeah, and then I was working at Roughcut and Ash came in and said, "Oh, my mates told me about this thing. You should check it out. People just do nothing." And so yeah, I've been sent it, and I think when I got it, it was on episode 3, so I just kept watching it, and it got better and better. And I think Ash and I know nothing about
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, about the garage world, but I think we instantly...
I think I do.
But I think we instantly connected with the characters. Yeah, we instantly connected with the characters, I think, and then I emailed Asim and used Ash's name and said it was sort of, he produced The Office.
MC Creed.
Yeah, AKA, yeah.
I remember watching it and thinking... I remember it very clearly, actually. We watched it in my office, and some of it was brilliant, and some of it was just really long and disorganised.
Brilliant but long.
Brilliant but long. Some of it was brilliant, and some of it was not brilliant. But as you could see from what we've just watched, the raw good stuff, the stuff that you can't do as a producer, was just there. So we invited them in, and then we had probably one of the most ramshackle meetings I've ever had in my whole career, with like 8 of them round a table just shouting. And it's sort of been the same ever since.
The clip we just showed then was a taste. I cut together a sort of 4-minute taster, and that was sort of what we took into.
Yeah. So what happened next? So you thought there's something in this. Do you then work it up between you, or did you then take the sort of raw material to the channels and say, is this something you'd be interested in, or what?
Well, we condensed. They'd probably made like about 25 hours, and we condensed it down into a good 2 minutes. Cut down really easy. And no, we cut down to about 4 or 5 minutes, and we had a meeting with the guys first and discussed, because they were, as they said, they hadn't done it before, and we talked them through what the process would be, and essentially that we would have to go pitching, and that we would try and get a small pilot from the BBC or Channel 4. And John and I would then took meetings, what we can say now, we took it into Channel 4 and we took it into the BBC. And I'm always surprised in this business. What I will say is that John and I were convinced it was brilliant. But when we showed it to broadcasters, they were not as convinced. It was brilliant. I really thought that people would. Do you remember I always used to say to you, I always used to say to John, I always thought with this one we'd show them a 4-minute clip of it and they'd bike us round the money to make it that afternoon. And it really didn't happen. And I think I'd promised the guys that this would be a real home run.
We'd already spent the money.
They'd already spent the money on more weed, making another 2 years since the next 5 minutes. But it was a hard sell. Much harder than I thought.
Why do you think that is?
Because people are snobbish.
Because it's genius, they didn't get it.
I think as well, at the beginning it was obviously more blokey than it became. We put more female characters into it. It just probably felt a bit more niche than it became in the pilot.
It was a little bit more darker when it was on YouTube.
Yeah. It was dark, and it was kind of, it was quite deliberate. Obviously they were laughing at themselves and everything, but it's like quite misogynistic, some of it, it's fair to say. Like,
a bit rapey, some of it.
Can't say that anymore.
Chabad stuff.
Yeah, Chabad's
some of the
more
Chabad
rapey.
Stuff was a bit rapey.
And Beats was quite similar to Grindr.
Both. So then once you'd got some interest from the BBC, were you then going to work? Was it the plan that you would work up a pilot script, or because that must have been a very different process to how you'd been working before.
The first thing that we suggested when we got the pilot was that we would do it like Curb Your Enthusiasm. So we would just have a load of bullet points and just like
Do it on the day.
do it on the day, basically. Just have an A4 bit of paper with a few bullet points, and we'll make sure it's funny on the day.
Just to add to that, because when we did it on YouTube, that's how we did it. You know, we just like planned it a little bit and then turned up on the day and did it. So we cluelessly thought that would be okay to do it.
So we actually did write one of those things, and they looked at him and just said, nah.
Didn't I actually get you? That was a really key meeting because I think they thought to improvise something like that was going to be okay. And I remember one of you said, well, The Office was improvised. And I was like, it was sort of detailed down to the last word. And I think I got a Curb Your Enthusiasm beat sheet. Didn't I get
You had a book of Office scripts.
Yeah.
So I gave Steve
Yeah.
the book just to prove that.
I sort of had to prove to the boys that their favourite stuff wasn't just made up
I
on the
still
day.
think they typed all that afterwards.
It was more of a transfer.
Anyone can do that.
And we got a couple of people in to sort of, and initially to sort of try and help script edit, but it was quite useful, wasn't it? But it didn't quite work.
It was useful technically, but they didn't have the same sort of vision and taste as us, because they were like really talented, but more of a sort of old school BBC sitcom sort of format, and it didn't really work with what we do.